I've lived in Pleasant Ridge since 2000 and in this house since 2004. And I met Kenneth at the Nativity Fest. Our local Catholic parish has a festival every Labor Day weekend. And I was there and I ran into some neighbors of mine who were chatting with one another, and Kenneth was with them. And I didn't know who Kenneth was, so I said, "Who's your friend?" And they said, "Well, he's a new friend. We just met him also." And I asked, "Well, how did you meet?" And they said, "Well, Kenneth is a very social person, and he just came up to our group, and we started chatting, and that's how we got to know Kenneth, and so that's how I got to know Kenneth as well."
They're my good neighbors. I met Randy Ray Murphy of New Tiffany Church and New Tiffany School with the festival too. And I got myself like beer, cheeseburger, and pizza too.
Over time, I would see Kenneth in the neighborhood, and one day I'd seen Kenneth. I said, "Hey, Kenneth, would you like to go to church with me sometime?" And Kenneth said, "Sure." He nodded his head and said, "Sure, I'd love to." And then when we came home from church that Sunday and I dropped him off, Kenneth said to me, and I'll never forget, "See you next Sunday." And so then, from then on, Kenneth and Susan and I have been going to church together since 2008.
And I get up in the morning and brush my teeth, take a shower, and I come in Susan and Randy's house too, and go to church together. Get me some coffee in the, at the church, UCC.
We've gotten to see Kenneth get engaged with neighbors, doing snow shoveling and raking leaves. And Kenneth's he's a neighbor, like all of us are. Kenneth started coming to our block party. We just had a Super Bowl party last January when the Bengals went to the Super Bowl. And of course, Kenneth was here with us. During the pandemic, we've been doing outdoor things with our neighbors. And Kenneth he's always there. He's always invited. So we're in Pleasant Ridge, one of the Cincinnati neighborhoods. And Kenneth won the Ridgie Award for being a great neighbor. And that was very special. I was there when Kenneth received that. And it's just an example of who he is. But for us, Kenneth has just gotten to be part of the family. We go to church together on Christmas Eve, and before the pandemic, always had Christmas Eve dinner together, and other neighbors as well. Kenneth he's just delightful, and for us, a neighbor, but also part of the family.
I just say that Kenneth is a very kind, considerate, and sensitive human being who is a great person to have around and a beautiful person to know. I was able to look at a disabled individual personally and individually and abandon all stereotypes, and so that was important to me. I emphasize and want to see every human being as a unique individual made in God's image, and so Kenneth has really helped me to grow in that way, to see that. And to include him along with the rest of humanity in that way.
And they're people, right? They're people just as Kenneth is. And so I think the opportunity is for us to incorporate individuals like Kenneth from childhood, young adulthood, into adulthood, just into your everyday activities. And for us, that's been wonderful. Again, everybody in our family knows Kenneth, how great it is for them as children to have that experience with us as well.
I care about them too. I love them.